Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something we all hide from, something that lurks in the shadows of our minds waiting for the right moment to strike. It's that realization, that moment of clarity when you finally understand they knew. They always knew. They saw what you were, who you were, and they decided to turn you into the villain, the monster, the Joker. You see, it's not about the monster that exists outside of us, but the monster that we carry within. We've all faced judgment at some point in our lives. There's a strange comfort in conformity, in being what society expects us to be. But in those moments of vulnerability, when we let our true selves show, the world can react in ways that cut deep. They might not understand the battles we fight. They might see our flaws as monstrous rather than human. It's easy to cast someone as a villain when you don't see their pain, their struggles, or the dreams that keep them awake at night. So often, we wear masks to hide our true selves, to shield our hearts from the scrutiny of others. But in those moments when the masks slip, when the world sees the cracks in our carefully constructed facades, we risk being labeled as something we're not. They might call us a monster because we dare to be different, because we challenge the status quo, or because we refuse to accept their version of normal. We've all felt that sting of being misunderstood, haven't we? That sensation when your heart sinks because you realize that they've decided who you are and it doesn't reflect the truth. But let me tell you this, being seen as a monster can be a gift. It can be the catalyst for transformation. When you stand out as different, when you embrace the darkness that others fear, you also give yourself the opportunity to rise above it. You have the chance to rewrite your narrative. Instead of cowering in the shadows, you can step into the light of your own truth. You can embrace your complexities and use them as fuel for your fire. Think about the greatest stories we tell ourselves. The heroes we idolize didn't become who they are by conforming to the expectations of others. They faced rejection, misunderstanding, and often they were painted as the very monsters they fought against. But in embracing their identities, in owning their struggles, they found their purpose. They transformed their pain into power. They showed the world that being a monster can mean being a warrior. When they recognize you as a monster, it doesn't define you unless you allow it to. It can either trap you in a cage of self-doubt or liberate you to unleash your potential. The choice is always yours. You can take that label and wear it like armor, or shed it like a snake shedding its skin, emerging renewed and unafraid. Imagine the strength that lies within you. Every time you felt that deep, aching isolation, that pang of being outcast, you've been given an opportunity to connect with others who feel the same. You've been called to build a community of those who dare to embrace their own monsters. Because here's the truth, we all have them. We all carry our shadows, our fears, our insecurities, and our scars. But instead of hiding from them, we can choose to share them. We can create a space where our vulnerabilities become our greatest assets. It's in those moments of connection that we find our strength. When we come together, when we embrace our collective experiences, we realize that we are not alone. Each of us is a unique tapestry woven from the threads of our struggles and our triumphs. And it's in this diversity that we find our true beauty. We are not monsters, but rather we are complex beings navigating a world that often fails to see us. So the next time you feel that weight of being labeled, that pain of being recognized as a monster, remember that you hold the power to define yourself. You can rewrite your story. You can rise above the judgment and refuse to be cast in a role that doesn't fit. Embrace your unique identity and allow it to propel you forward. Let your so-called monstrosity become the beacon that guides you through the darkness. Ladies and gentlemen, the world may see you as a monster, but it's time to show them the hero within. Stand tall in your truth. Embrace every part of yourself, even the parts that feel ugly or misunderstood. Own your narrative. In closing, remember that being labeled a monster doesn't define your worth. Embrace your complexity and let it fuel your journey. By owning your story and standing tall in your truth, you not only transform your own life, but inspire others to do the same. Together we can create a world where our uniqueness is celebrated, where every struggle becomes a stepping stone to greatness. So rise up, reclaim your narrative, and show the world the incredible being you truly are.